Hallelujah. Bless y'all saints. This is Brother Devlon from Georgia. Uh, just doing a quick review of the garden. We got a lot of space, so this might be a couple minutes long. But this is some of the potatoes we just planted a few weeks back, if you remember that video. But the potatoes are already growing. The Most High is blessing the labor of our hands. Hallelujah. As you can see, we're at the collard greens now. And as we go down the row, you can see the Most High is definitely blessing us with some collard greens. They're growing. They're a few inches tall. And they look very healthy. Let me show you this big bundle down here. Look at that one. It's really growing very nicely. Here we have some Swiss chard. As you can see, those bright green leaves with the red stems. Hallelujah. If I can get on this one right here, this is a nice one as well too. This is our Swiss chard. It's growing up very nice. Now we're at the bean row. As you can see, the beans are doing exceptionally well. Look at those big healthy leaves. Hallelujah. The Most High God is definitely blessing us. These beans are looking very healthy, and we can't wait to eat them a few months down the road. In this section, we have peas. And as you can see, the peas are growing up. They're not as tall as the beans, but they are growing, and they are doing exceptionally well. In this row, we have onions. As you can see, they are getting tall. Look at all those onions. The Father is blessing us with onions. These are white onions, and later I will show you where we planted the red onions and the yellow onions. In this section, we have radish. You see those nice, bright green leaves. They're very healthy. Bright green leaves there. Hallelujah. This is our okra row. Unfortunately, it didn't grow up like we would liked it to. So we did have to replant okra last week, and we planted another row of okra on today. So in about 3 weeks, we'll come back and we'll show you how the okra is doing. So we're going to have about 2-3 weeks. We'll show you 2 full rows of okra. Here is the cauliflower Mr. Malachi planted for us. Hallelujah. It's looking very well. As you can see, it's just as tall as the markers. And the leaves are nice, pretty, beautiful green color. This row has broccoli. As you can see, like the cauliflower, its brother, it is looking well. Only a few came up from the first batch. So we did replant some, up and down the row, but that was just a week ago. So in 2 weeks, we will come back and see how all of the broccoli is going, but the few that did come up are doing exceptionally well. This row we have cabbage. None of it came up yet, so last week we did replant it, and then today we also planted a whole nother complete row of cabbage. So just like the okra, check back in 2 or 3 weeks. We will make a video on how the cabbage has improved in both rows. We did have some Paris Island lettuce in this row. This row is the last row that did not come up at all, but we did replant this row last week. You can see the little black heels that we threw seed on top. And then this week we planted a whole nother row of lettuce. So The okra, the lettuce, and cabbage did not come up. Everything else did. And so in 2-3 weeks, we will show you how both rows of those 3 vegetables are doing. So you can see the kale here. The kale is doing good. Look at those healthy leaves. As you can see, there's a nice full row down there. Let me go find a nice thick one to look at. Very well. This row we had some spinach. About half of it came up. The second half came up, not the first half. So we replanted the first 9 feet of the row. But the second 9 feet of the row did well. And we planted a whole another 18-foot row of spinach. Let me show you some of the spinach that did come up. You got some there. In this section, those big blooming spinach. Look at there. Hallelujah. We thank the Father for the increase. We also planted asparagus, but if you've done your research, you know that asparagus does not come up like this soon. But in a couple of months, it will. Usually the first year, you have a harvest, but you chop it down and let it grow back up. And the second year is when you really can eat your asparagus. So we'll keep you posted throughout the summer. That's it for the first garden. I want to do the other few. I did just want to show you that today we planted 14 rows, one of each of the vegetables I just showed you. And the rows look like this, where we went down the middle of the row, planted everything, and then we covered the row with the with some organic soil that we brought, and that's why it's really black in the middle where we planted, and then on the side it's the natural clay that we have here in Georgia. But you can see how we planted the row in the middle. You see it better toward the front of this row. But yeah, we planted everything in the middle, and we got 14 rows that kind of look just like this. And a couple of weeks, it's going to make it easy for us to weed, because we know if it grows out of the black area in the middle, it's the plant. If it grows out of the brown area, then it's definitely a weed. We have tomatoes here. Just want to show you that the tomatoes are springing up. And this hill, we're going to plant 2, but both of them are coming up great. The bell pepper has not came up yet, but it's only been a week, I believe, or 2. So we'll give it one more week. If it doesn't come up by next 6 day, next Friday, as the world calls it, we will replant some more bell pepper. Here's the spot where the eggplant's supposed to be. It hasn't came up yet, but once again, it's been less than 3 weeks. So we will be patient and wait another week or so, and if it's not up by then, we will throw some more seeds down. But we are growing eggplant. This row, we're going to have some sweet banana peppers. They haven't grown up, but like I said in the last couple of things, this new stuff in these last couple of gardens have only been in the ground for about a week or so. So they get another week before you throw more seeds down. We are growing some hot peppers as well. They're in the same category as the other stuff that's down this row and in the garden on the other side of the land. It hasn't been enough time for them to grow. I just giving you guys an update and showing you what all we have planted and what stages they're in now. This is going to be garlic here. Of course, that hasn't grown up yet, but it will be in the next few weeks. This is the pumpkin. And it's doing exceptionally well. We got this one and a hill right here of pumpkin. The compost area is getting bigger and bigger. You see eggshells. I turn it over every other day. So yeah. You can see it's probably about 2 or 3 cubic yards of compost. We'll keep turning it and adding to it from October to October, from tabernacles to tabernacles, and once a year we'll let the stuff decompose over the course of a year. And once the season is ended, we'll cover all the garden with the compost that we have made ourselves over the course of the year, and then we'll restart again after tabernacles for the saints, or for the rest of the world sometime in mid-October. We will put all this on the ground to cover the plants that are done for the year, and then we will start making another fresh batch. We still have plenty of dirt left to build a few more raised beds, to add more to the greenhouse, and a few more products we have on the land, so we're not in the shortage of any dirt at this time, because we are going to need a lot of dirt when we start planting more potatoes and more sweet potatoes, which should be here next week. Here's a view of the greenhouse area. We have a little raised bed for the children. They're 4 and 6. And we are going to plant in these 5-gallon buckets, probably hot peppers or tomatoes or bell peppers in these 5-gallon buckets. Of course, we have the greenhouse behind it. As you can see inside it, there's nothing planted in these yet, but there will be. Next week, we're going to plant inside the greenhouse. And the following week, the second greenhouse. And the week after that, we'll be planting in all these buckets. We'll probably have about 20 buckets or so of different vegetables that we're going to be growing, because we ran out of ground space, so we're going to start growing in buckets. Behold, look at the cucumber. Pastor said his first plant he planted was a cucumber. He is right. If you plant a cucumber, they will grow up, grow out, and grow everywhere. We actually have 2 hills of cucumbers. So we will make some pickles and have cucumbers for our salads. Here is the cantaloupe. It just broke the ground. It's amazing. Every day I come out, a different plant has popped through the ground. This one just popped through the ground, I guess on yesterday or last night. It wasn't like this 2 days ago. The watermelon needs a little more time. It did not spring up as quick as the cantaloupe or the cucumber, but we'll give it another week or 2. If it's not up then, we got plenty of seeds. Here's the yellow squash. Look at those beautiful big green leaves. Man, our Father in heaven is definitely blessing us with increase. Here's the other yellow squash here. Look at that. 3 months down the road, we'll be eating some of this. Here is some zucchini. Only 1 seed popped up, but we thank the Father for that one. This one hasn't came up yet. We'll give it another week, and so we'll plant another zucchini, but we do have some zucchini that's already come up. Last but not least, butternut squash. We don't have any out the ground yet. We'll give it time and see what happens. All we can do is plant and water, and it's Yah, the Most High, creator of the heaven and earth, who creates increase. Hallelujah. Bless y'all, saints. This concludes the video. I just want to show you the beautiful creation that our Father has made in heaven. If you listen, you can hear the birds chirping and see the beautiful green trees. Those are some tall trees, saints. Bless y'all.